Alright, I guess we'll do this very quickly. Brad Tasted Music uploaded an apology video, and not even an hour after it was uploaded, he took it down. So, of course, I am relying on someone re-uploading it on YouTube. I guess let's just get started. I mean, it's only 3 minutes long, so we'll see what he has to say.
Hi, I just want to make this video because, this is over now. I have nothing else to say. I want to actually thank Tina for sharing the video.
So, already we're off to a really bad start here. You were actually very upset earlier, if you guys remember from the last video, which I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen my previous coverage on this situation. But, like, he was very upset at Tina coming out. He even labeled it blackmail, so that is a huge discrepancy in your narrative. We're already off to a really bad start here. I don't think Brad can say anything that would make me change my mind on the situation. He's still very much a disgusting, abusive POS. Like, I don't think there's anything he could say here, but I guess I'll give the apology a chance.
See, I'm really scared of her because she's smarter than me.
What?
When our relationship, like, I'm younger than her, and I never really had a strong foundation, like, at home. And when I went to go live with her, she thought very differently than I did on a lot of things. And a lot of the time, I would blame her for things that are not her fault.
It was a little more than that. You blamed her for things that weren't her fault, yes, but you also legitimately screamed at her, and you also fucking, like, you literally reframed the entire narrative saying that she was the awful one. You are... Like I said, I don't use the term narcissist often because I know it's a buzzword, but you might legitimately be a narcissistic person. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the shit you were saying in that leaked audio was really fucking bad. Really awful.
And I truly believe I didn't know any better. And that's what's so scary about it.
I don't care. That's not an excuse for what you did.
Keep trying to fix stuff, but I'm just, like, not as aware of things as other people.
You know, okay, that's bullshit, first of all. You knew what you were doing was wrong, and you still did it. And you also tried to reframe the narrative in your, like, whenever you spoke up about this. Second of all, what is with your obsession in coming out with these, like, weird videos and then deleting them afterwards? I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of just strikes me as a bit of an attention-seeking tactic. Like, I don't know if anyone else gets that feeling. If anyone else does, you could feel free to leave in the comments below. But that's kind of just the vibes I'm getting from this. This is so, like, I don't understand it. I really don't.
And I get shit wrong, and I think I'm doing a good thing, and I end up really, really hurting someone. So, I'm just saying I'm really glad she put out the video. Because
no, you're not.
The idea of I'm being blackmailed, like, is finally out of my head. And I think that she knew that because she, again...
You're the one that pushed that narrative so heavily. You, like, what are you talking about? How are you going to sit here and say, oh my god, it's out of my head and stuff like... Dude, shut up. You knew what you were doing.
And is really smart. She gets, like, lots of help mentally. Like, she is very clear-headed, you know?
Dude, who the fuck are you to say where her mental health is at or where her mental space is at? Who the fuck are you? Genuinely.
And what she did helped me, you know, tremendously.
I don't care.
And I think that I'm going to be using electronic devices, like, significantly less.
So why aren't you doing that right now? You're literally sitting here making an apology video. This is like your 4th video on this entire situation. Dude, put the fries in the bag, log off, and just get off. Like, you were literally making unhinged songs about her. Like, you literally had, like, an hour worth of just, like, freestyling about her. You're just so unhinged. You clearly are not mentally well in any capacity. Just get off. Like, get off the internet and, like, do something productive, please.
You know, like, this forced me offline and helped me finally break out of this, like, awful cycle that, like, getting a YouTube channel at, like, 17 years old and then becoming, like, really big, like, that, like, fucks with your head and your...
Hey guys, okay, I do want to address this point actually, because I do think there's a legitimate point, but what he just said earlier, right? He's like, hey guys, you know, I finally got out of this cycle. Also, I'm recording an apology video that I'm going to delete not even an hour after it's uploaded. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But, like, again, there is truth to him saying that, like, you know, whenever you get famous at a very young age, like 17, 18, 19, like, whatever, right? Whenever people get famous, like, people stop maturing as a result. And there is a level of truth to that, so maybe there's some truth in that. The problem is that I just don't have any reason to believe his narrative, because he has tried reframing the narrative so many times, and I don't know, man. The story was completely different compared to the first time he shared it, which is why I reacted to the last series of videos in the order that I did, even if it didn't make sense in the moment. I did it that way because I didn't want people... I already viewed the situation. I didn't want people going in with a completely different mindset.
Ego. And,
or a completely different, I guess, understanding of the situation. Because if we watched his coverage first before the abuse audios, it's a completely different story. You get a whole other impression.
Yeah, she was a victim of that. Absolutely. And right now, she is...
But you tried to make yourself seem like the victim, and that was the massive problem of this entire situation.
She's getting the support that she deserves, and again, if you're just hate watching this, she is in a horrible situation right now. She can't catch a break, and I hate that I'm contributing to that.
So why are you uploading this video? Why are you uploading this video? What are you talking about? You're literally saying that you're contributing to it. You're contributing to that by making this fucking video. Go offline. Be productive, please.
I've calmed down a little bit and I've returned. Yeah.
It's very performative, by the way. I don't buy it at all.
And,
like, the whole crying and the whole, like, I've contributed to this so much. It's a massive performance piece, and I really, like, just cut the shit, dude.
What I felt during that time period was real.
I don't care if it was.
The pain I felt was real.
Don't care.
But I misguided it towards her.
Don't care. Yeah, that's not an excuse to do that. So go offline, be productive. Stop fucking making weird, obscure videos about this shit.
And she has every right to feel as hurt as she does. And the internet has every right to be as pissed off at me as they are. I will do better. Goodbye.
Alright, well. Okay. My opinion on this situation has not changed. That's as much as I can say about that, I suppose.